All of you all that are gonna go home and write a biography on how wrong this is, you guys can kick rocks. What's up, fam? Candace Parker here. I'm gonna do a tier ranking of WNBA players. I'm gonna try.
Candace Parker just shook the WNBA world by labeling Angel Reese a C-tier talent. Instantly, the internet blew up. Fans screaming betrayal, calling her a hater, demanding she apologize. But Candace stood her ground. No backtracking, no excuses. She calmly highlighted what most have been missing. Those hyped-up double-doubles? They don't automatically translate to wins. The reality is, while Angel Reese is piling up stats, she's losing just as quickly.
Chicago Sky, y'all stink, bro. Y'all, look, there's trash and then there's trash. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, the Chicago Sky got destroyed by the stud buds. Everybody watches the stud buds. Shout out to Courtney Williams and Tisha Eiderman, man. Listen, stud buds stood on business today. Nafisa Collier stood on business today. They destroyed the Chicago Sky.
The deeper you look at the stats, the harsher the reality. Parker revealed what the media has conveniently ignored for months. Reese on the court equals more turnovers, fewer assists, poor spacing, and chaos, not dominance, leadership, or greatness. While everyone hypes up the Reese versus Clark rivalry, the truth is clear. One player is lifting her franchise, breaking records, leading comebacks, and keeping the league relevant, while the other is missing basic passes, blowing layups, and losing blowouts. Now that Candace Parker has said it openly, there's no going back. This wasn't just a hot take, it was a wake-up call. The WNBA must choose. Are they building around hype or finally rewarding true impact?
How many times have I said Angel Reese is not an impact player? I mean, she definitely has an impact on losing, but Angel Reese has absolutely no effect on winning. If you don't believe me, go ask Teresa Weatherspoon or ask her current head coach, Tyler Marsh, who will soon be joining Teresa in the food stamp line, hoping to get enough Ethiopian breadcrumbs to make it through the winter. Or ask Candace Parker.
I think in terms of being above, you have to be able to have the ability to carry a team, be a 1 or 2 option. I think Angel Reese is fantastic at her role, which is offensive rebounding. She showed and demonstrated so much growth in that first year. I think that this is my tier.
Parker didn't hold back on why Reese landed in the C tier. She made it clear. To rank higher, you have to be able to carry your team, be a true 1 or 2 option. Parker acknowledged Reese's offensive rebounding skills, but emphasized that she's a role player, not someone who can lead a championship squad. It all started with a simple video. Candace Parker, a 7-time All-Star, 2-time MVP, and one of the most respected voices in women's basketball, sat down to rank current WNBA players. When she placed Angel Reese in the C tier, alongside injured rookies and unproven role players, the Reese fanbase erupted. But Parker wasn't doing it for drama. She explained that to rise above, a player needs to carry their team. Reese, despite her flashy stats and media hype, doesn't do that. She crashes the boards, yes, but she's not creating plays, not elevating teammates, and not driving wins. Parker stressed that role players have value, but they don't belong in the same conversation as true game changers like Aya Wilson, Breanna Stewart, or even Caitlin Clark, who, even as a rookie, is already reshaping her franchise. Parker called it straight. Reese is exactly where she belongs, not out of malice, but out of basketball truth.
Wilson, reigning MVP, couple Defensive Player of the Years, 2 championships. If there was something higher than S, I would definitely put her up there. But Nafisa Collier, she's up there with top tier with Asia. Just her ability to play on both sides of the ball, pump fake, she's going to make you choose wrong. I know you guys are going to say I'm biased because I'm putting all 4s at the S, but the 4s run the league. Don't ever forget that. Breanna Stewart, the versatility, reigning champion from last year. She's got 3 of them things. I don't think there's any debate with that.
Uh-oh, Candace Parker. You've upset the Reese's Pieces and they're not happy about it. They're going to be coming after you any second. Oh, they're already coming after you. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Candace Parker, as to put certain players in a tier list. You have the S tier, you have the A tier, you have the B tier, and you have the C tier. And where Candace Parker put Angel Reese on this list and her explanation about it, it has upset a large number of the Reese's Pieces delegates.
The moment that tier list dropped online, Angel Reese's fans erupted in a full-blown meltdown, calling Candace Parker every name, accusing her of jealousy, tearing down another black woman, being out of touch, even bitter. But Parker didn't flinch. While Twitter raged and Instagram flooded with snake emojis and fake stats, she calmly went on the Good Follow podcast and doubled down, making it crystal clear. There was no hate. She respected Reese as a person, admired her hustle, and that her ranking was all about basketball, not emotions.
This is where it gets tricky. Caitlin Clark is at an A level. I think in time she's going to raise up to that S, but in order to put her at that level, she's got to have a couple more years. So I'll put Kelsey Plum at the A level. Two-time champ, now took on the challenge to be number one option in LA. I would say KP is definitely in that tier. I would love to put Sabrina Ionescu in that A range. She got that elusive championship. She's one of the best shooters in the WNBA, if not the best shooter in the WNBA.
And that's when the meltdown completely backfired. Fans expected Parker to cave under the pressure, but instead, she stood taller, delivering a calm, composed, and brutally honest breakdown of why Reese doesn't belong alongside players who can truly lead franchises. The more she spoke, the more people listened because this wasn't drama, it was facts. And those facts became impossible to ignore, even for Reese's most loyal supporters. Parker made it clear. Her critique was about team leadership, not personal attacks, coming from a place of respect and professional evaluation.
Angel Reese, part 53, let's get it!
We love pray-ups.
Bang!
I heard she wanted to dye her hair, and the stylist said, "What color you want?" And she said, "Butter pecan!"
Bang!
She gets blocked by defenders who don't even bother jumping. Me bound. One more time.
Bang!
She almost had a triple-double. One more turnover and she would have had it.
Bang!
9 turnovers is crazy, so is a no-look poop pass. Oh no!
Bang!
What made Parker's words hit so hard wasn't just what she said, it was who she is. This isn't some random blogger or bitter analyst with an agenda. This is Candace Parker, 2-time MVP, WNBA champion, Olympic gold medalist, and one of the smartest minds the game has ever seen. When she speaks, you listen. She's not chasing clout. She's delivering knowledge. She laid it out with precision. Caitlin Clark in a tier because she's already transforming a whole offense and carrying a struggling franchise. Aya Wilson in S tier for dominating both ends of the court. Breanna Stewart there too, with her rings and versatility. And Reese in C tier, not because she's bad, but because she hasn't proven she can do more than crash the offensive boards. Highlight reels may show flashy putbacks and tough expressions, but Parker saw through the smoke and mirrors, making it clear that real greatness isn't about stats. It's about whether your presence actually helps your team win. And despite all the hype, Reese hasn't shown that.
Through nearly 2 seasons in the WNBA, the only thing Angel Reese has proven is she can't win games. Angel Reese is not an impact player. She's not someone you can rely on to carry a team to a championship. The Chicago Bravado, they cannot rely on Angel Reese to secure off-season access to the Golden Toilet. Hell, she can't even get them to the playoffs. Angel Reese does not help your team win. And this is no longer just my opinion. Candace Parker feels the same way.
That's when things really started to unravel. Once Candace Parker cracked the surface, analysts, insiders, and even some fans began diving into the numbers, and what they found was brutal. Sure, Angel Reese racks up double-doubles nearly every night, but those stats are shallow when you see they're not translating to wins. Not even close. While everyone hypes her hustle and rebounding, the Chicago Sky keeps losing game after game. And these aren't close contests. We're talking double-digit blowouts, poor spacing, broken possessions, and zero chemistry. Yet people keep celebrating her streak, as if grabbing 10 boards alone makes history.
Angel Reese had 9 turnovers. Yo, listen, y'all got to stop with this point forward foolishness, man. Let's take a look, man. Hold on, man. Y'all be wildin'. Y'all be wildin', son.
60 points per game against the Lynx.
Bruh, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop, yo. Y'all gotta stop. You.
Candace Parker shook the WNBA by ranking Angel Reese as a C-tier player, and the internet erupted. Fans cried betrayal, but Parker stood firm, pointing out the obvious. Reese's double-doubles don't translate to wins. She racks up stats, yes, but the sky crumble when she's on the floor. Turnovers, poor spacing, broken possessions, and no leadership. While Reese grabs rebounds and collects nicknames like Double-Double Barbie, Parker exposed the truth. She's a role player pretending to be a superstar. Opposing teams exploit her mistakes, and Chicago performs better when she sits. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is transforming her team, breaking records, and carrying a franchise without hype or PR spin. This wasn't just a tier list, it was a wake-up call. Reese isn't the future. She's not a leader, and flashy stats don't equal impact. Real greatness wins games, elevates teammates, and handles pressure. The WNBA can keep pushing narratives, but Parker made it clear. The league's future depends on real players, not marketing.